winning streak going. D.
And it's all happening in Minnesota from the Target Center in Minneapolis. The Clippers taking on the Timberwolves. For Los Angeles, the first half of this season was about putting the league on notice. They've sent a clear message that they are not slowing down anytime soon. T-Wolves, Clippers, up next, right after this. Hi, everyone. What a great night for some hoops. With a little more on the line, it's the NBA Cup, and it's in full swing. With Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. All right, let's take a look at some numbers for Drew Eubanks.
Effective field goal percentage is a great way to measure his performance over the previous 10 games. It's been much improved, a sign that his game has been evolving.
So here's the Clippers starting group. We've got James Harden, Drew Eubanks out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Chris Dunn, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. And for Minnesota, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Harper in at the point guard position. It seems we always keep circling back around to the topic of MP. And tonight is no different with the last game for him in the group stage of the NBA Cup. Of course, he's professed that he's taking his team all the way to win the Cup this season.
Hey, more power to him. I mean, he's got the swagger to make those statements, and I'd say he's delivering so far. You know, the most inspiring thing about MP's leadership is how it rubs off on the team. The whole organization is rooting for his growth as a leader and the sort of impact that can have on elevating his teammates as well. I think we're going to be in for a good one tonight.
Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And, yeah, they're excited, and for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for. You know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Harper. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Dunn outside. The 3. Shot by Leonard, no good. First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Here's Harper. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They defeated Washington in their last game.
And most of the arena was totally against them. But they looked inward, trusted each other, and made good plays.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Dunn right side. Leonard outside. To the inside. Pass to Eubanks. 6 on the shot clock. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. He feels good about their chances if they can prevent Kawhi Leonard from taking over. We're talking about a first ballot Hall of Famer who can score from all 3 levels and can take your best scorer out of the game. I asked him, so what's the plan? He said, survive.
Thanks for that, Allie. Leonard can't get it to go.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And it's good. 2 points. And Grant, for the visitors in this one, currently on their Southern California trip, taking on both the Los Angeles teams here in consecutive games.
And it's good scheduling to get both these games knocked out on one trip. That way they can stay at the same hotel, practice at the same gym, and don't have to worry about travel.
Here's Harper. He's got 9. Outside McDaniels. It's stolen by Bogdanovich. And it's the Clippers on the break. Leonard can't get that one to fall.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Yep, that one goes. Harper's got 11 points.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
And here's Harden. He had 25 points in his last game. Will it go? It's rebounded by Minnesota. And this team is on absolute fire right now. They've won 18 in a row.
And it is very impressive, but it's also interesting. I mean, even sitting here at the broadcast table and the storyline this group has created has you just impressed and a little scratch in your head, because we expect drama and a certain amount of unpredictability with this crew. That's not gone away. But I tell you, this team seems to be minimizing or mitigating the volatility. They seem to be a lot more solid of late.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Clippers. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in for McDaniels. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Jones, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Clippers trail by 9. Harden from outside. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Pass to Harper. Fires for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 14.
I just love the ball movement.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. This game against Minnesota is the first time they've met this year.
They took the season series against this opponent last year. High-profile games are the best.
Exactly. 2 top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff seeding.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And a new group getting ready for the Clippers. Leonard's checked in for Eubanks. Coffey comes in for Bogdanovich. Miller's checked in for Dunn. And Ben Simmons subbed in for Harden. Now here's Leonard. Still no points. And no good. The dry spell continues. Here's Harper. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's Minnesota leading by 14. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves. What do you think, guys?
Great offensive energy in that period. They're clearly on a mission.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
So here are the 5 for the Clippers to start the second. Ben Simmons is out there with Miller. Then there's Amir Coffey. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jones in at the 5 down low. It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
You know, Ben Simmons can make spectacular passes, but he doesn't need to be flashy. He's all about helping his teammates get easy baskets.
And stolen by Simmons. On the break. Here's Coffey. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws here for the night. That's good for Miller. All right, on the line, we've got our... And so it's Minnesota up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
It is a wonderful night for basketball and a wonderful time to get a quick, wonderful rundown of how the wonderful West looks early on in this wonderful season. Is that too many wonderfuls?
No, you're wonderful.
A look here now at Minnesota. It's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. Changing focus now to that first half, a brutal game so far for the Los Angeles Clippers.
The big reason they're getting washed out, it's been raining threes.
But they didn't know this was coming? They didn't watch the film? Read the scouting report? Come on, man.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Harper in at the 1. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. And so it's Bogdanovich with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 14. All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, B.A., and that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
Buries it from 3. Randall's got his second basket on the night.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Pass to Leonard. Good work defensively by Randall.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Gobert with the bucket.
Best of luck to any defender trying to slow Gobert down. He is ruthless inside.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Bogdanovich. That one's wide left. The Timberwolves lead by 17. Outside McDaniels. Out to the right wing. Here's Harper. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away. Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Ooh, powered down with both hands.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Dillingham's checked in for Gobert. And as we near the end of the group stage, let's see where we stand in the NBA Cup tournament.
Well, this is an interesting format. Since each team plays so few games towards the NBA Cup, they get weeded out in a hurry.
And Grant, the Clippers have strung together 13 straight winning seasons. But at the same time, it feels like they've left a lot on the table.
Yeah, with all their star power over that time, they've made it past the second round of the playoffs only once. And that fan base is restless.
Outside for Randall. Here's Harper. Look it. And it's Randall with the assist. Randall's got 6 assists in the game.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Harden, the pass to Eubanks. Bogdanovich from long range. Sends it home from three-point land. Bogdanovich has got 5 points in the quarter. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Here's Harper. And that one good. Harper's got 9 points here in the second half.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Leonard. And the dunk by Leonard.
Explosive move by Kawhi at the rim. The defense had no answer there.
Here's Harper, defended by Harden. Harper misses. Clippers trail by 21. Harden surveying the D. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. McDaniels got 4 rebounds in the game.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Harden finds Leonard. Dunn outside. Eubanks the screen. 4 on the clock. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. Here's Harper. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harden's got 4 rebounds now. Dunn outside. Pass to Bogdanovich. Harden from outside. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on a 16-5 run. Here's Harper. And James Harden pulls it down. Harden's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Leonard. Harper pulls it in. Pass to Randall. The 3 hits the trifecta. Randall's got 9. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Minnesota delivering the blowout. And we're just and let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And we reach. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. And how about that performance in the NBA Cup? 4-0 in the group phase. They advance to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, while they've been dominant so far, it's single elimination going forward. A whole new game, but I do like their chances.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson.
You earned that one. Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say.
All right. There was a lot of talk in this locker room at the beginning of the season about winning the NBA Cup and using that run to turn this year into something special. The team you're playing tonight, they don't care about your hopes or your dreams or what any of you are visualizing. We lose this game, we're out of the tournament before it even gets started, and the rest of the league gets the scent of blood. Don't get so lost in the clouds that you trip over what's right in front of your face. You take it one possession at a time, one rotation at a time. Make the pass. Trust your teammates. Trust the work. We are not winning any trophies tonight, gentlemen. Just focus on beating the team that's in front of you.
Yeah.
All right? Bring it in. Win on three.
All right.
1, 2, 3, win! Let's go. Let's go.
MP. He's about to tear it up.
Coach, what's up?
MP is here. You know it's time to get locked.
That's the best I've seen you shoot, MP. Great work today.
Appreciate your help, Coach.
There he is, man, the myth, the legend.
The Timberwolves were all business as they came through the tunnel, determined to give their fans a reason to celebrate tonight. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. The NBA Cup has been pretty wild so far. And now we're in the Western Conference quarterfinals. With Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. And since the Phil Jackson era, Shams, the Lakers are now on their 7th, and I can't even believe I'm saying that, 7th coach in the last 14 seasons. What a turnstile that has been.
They're keeping us reporters busy, huh? To me,
Yeah, they are.
it's all about stability now moving forward with the Lakers. I do believe they intend to give their new head coach plenty of opportunities over the next few seasons to continue to coach and continue to be the coach for the long term. You have to figure out the recipe of success, not only now, but moving forward. And the Lakers, from what I'm told, want to give their new head coach the opportunity to build for the long run.
And I love what you said, the word stability. They need it in LA. And here we are in the quarterfinals. MP's very pleased to be here, but he knows the job is not done yet.
Oh, yeah, and MP wants it all. From the start of this competition, he told us he is all in on winning this thing, and he's 3 wins away from reaching that goal.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. Doncic out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Len in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. We have all these great foreign players. Maybe 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything we could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States. You have to give a lot of credit to the way that they develop players over in Europe, in any of those regions. They do a great job, and those players are hungry, they're driven, they're passionate. They're trying to get here to the States and play basketball at the highest level in the NBA. And you see at the amateur level, there can be a lot of fluidity, there can be a lot of flux, and players are given so much so soon in America. So to be able to have that chip on your shoulder, to have the passion, and to exude the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, the younger generation of players definitely have someone in Anthony Edwards to look up to.
Connect, he's checked in for Vanderbilt. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. LeBron's shot is good. And the league continuing, Shams, to tweak the rules around replay review. But would you set a time limit to maybe tweak it a little bit?
Have to, right? Especially some of these games and the way they're ending. It's something to try. If you can't find a cause to really overturn in a minute or two, let's keep this game moving. I think we all love the free-flowing game.
I agree.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Lakers trail by 6. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I love playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I've taken.
You're so connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much, and just know the stories will keep coming.
Edwards, no good. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers, trailing by 10. Doncic against Harper. Reeves with it. No scoring in this one. Just 5 to shoot. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Nick Daniels. Vincent's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Harper. Turned in an outstanding game against Golden State. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And the layup is good. Harper's got 17.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
James looking around. Over Randall. Nice shot by James. James has got his second basket of the night.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Harper. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Right away, they showed us they weren't going to shy away from the mid-range game, and it's proven to be an effective tool for them.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Connect. And it's Vincent in at the point. Hey, Shams, for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA, it's been LeBron's league, it's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think, coming up around the corner?
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep an eye on Victor Wembanyama, the way that Victor Wembanyama could take over the league. And already, so early, was so special. Victor Wembanyama is someone to keep an eye on.
Okay, they just passed a note down to me, or Dan here. What about Anthony Edwards at Minnesota? He's another one, right? Young American player who is really making an impact.
Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, you have to consider those two as well. And it's special, the crop of young players that we have coming up in this league. One of them is sure to emerge as this generation's, whether you want to call him Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, there will be a face out of this crop.
And we cannot wait. And it's Connect in the corner. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys on the field.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying. And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Some changes for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert comes in for Randall. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Lakers also making some changes. Vanderbilt's checked in for Maxi Kleber. James comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Doncic is subbed in for Vincent. Reeves gets the bucket.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Well, expansion is coming, Shams. Is the league ready, in your estimation, for some more cities and new teams?
The NBA seems to be ready. I think I'm ready. Kevin, are you ready? Because the last expansion was, what, 20 years ago? That's the longest wait for this league since it began. And so I think Adam Silver and this league are going to take their time and really figure out exactly where they want to expand to. But the question is, Kevin, are you ready?
I am always ready. I know the league is looking even overseas or even maybe south of the border for a possible new entrant. But the league has got so much talent on the bottom half of these rosters. I definitely think it's time.
And there's a great appetite, a great desire for a lot of these cities, not only in the States, but also abroad, like you said, to go bring in an NBA team to their city and bring some of the talent, the marquee names to their city.
Oh, it'll be terrific. And now the Timberwolves on the break. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And here's Harper from the arc. And he's good on the three ball. Harper's got 30 points.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Reed against LeBron. Pass to connect. Just 4 to shoot. The 3 for Doncic. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And Reed throws it down.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Nailed from three-point land. 8 points for Austin Reeves.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Here's Harper. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race.
We know the draft's an inexact science, even with all that prep that goes into it. So congrats to the teams that chose these 5 rookies.
Yeah, we've seen scouting make or break a franchise. Hey, it makes or breaks a studio team. Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
While it's been a stampede in transition, they'll run it right down your throat if you let them.
I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. I'm going to give you a compliment, just like you, Jet, in the blink of an eye.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from primetime.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And we see, as in baseball doors, the introduction of the pitch timer to increase the pace of play. Do you think the NBA is taking notice of that?
What I know, Kevin, unequivocally is the NBA is in a constant state of monitoring its product and how can it make it more fan-friendly. The only criticism to me that's redundant is the pace of reviews, and the league is trying to streamline that to the best of their ability.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Harper in at the point. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And one thing the Lakers are so adept at, Greg, inverting their sets to have different players start the action.
Yeah, it takes a high level of basketball IQ to do that on the fly. Makes defending the Lakers a nightmare. You never know how they'll attack you.
Reeves against Edwards. From outside the arc. A rebound by the Timberwolves. McDaniel's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Harper slams it in.
And that's rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tack on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensational. And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 50 threes a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A. Len's shot is off.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Harper's shot's good.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
The 3, and there's Edwards on the assist by Harper. Harper's got 3 assists tonight.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
Vanderbilt the pass to Reeves. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Trying to end the drought. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. Harper with the ball. He's picked up by James. Randle with the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Los Angeles has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. James kicks to Doncic. A three-pointer is right on target. Doncic has got 6.
And in nailing the three there, he puts a lid on what's been a huge run by Minnesota.
Randall with the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Doncic. Cans the 12-footer. He's got 8.
Well, Luka not forcing his way inside, just taking that mid-range shot because that's what the defense offered up to him.
Here's Harper, and there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Len.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second-half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
1:03 left to play in the third. Here's Doncic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's hard to believe, but Luka Doncic is still in his mid-20s. Doris, does he even have a ceiling?
That is the question, Kevin, and I'm not sure he does, because in the first part of his career, he's been all NBA consistently, and we're talking first team multiple times. He's averaged over 30 in a season. I don't think there is a ceiling, Kevin.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Hart comes in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Reeves outside. And here's Doncic from the arc. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Randall from outside, and another 3 for Minnesota.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Doncic. 9 points in the game so far. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Finney-Smith. Los Angeles with another miss. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. Minnesota on top, running away with this one. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And as we head into the fourth, so it's Minnesota winning this one easy. And this victory locks them in for the West semifinals of the NBA Cup tournament.
And you can tell the competition is getting fierce, right? Only 4 teams remaining on the road to winning that NBA Cup.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks.
Great win tonight, MP. Solid effort tonight on both ends. You ready to give these fans what they paid for? What's up, MP? Hottest team in the land coming through.
And the unmistakable greeting to Las Vegas, just a stone's throw away. And welcome to the NBA Cup semifinals. This a huge game. The winner tonight will represent the West in the final. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce courtside. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
And he's a little less of a go-to guy for their offense now, at least compared to earlier on in the season. You can see his usage percentage is slumping over the last 5 games. Hopefully he can be more involved tonight.
Here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Vassell in at small forward. And for Minnesota, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. And it's Harper in at the point guard position. And we're here in the Western Conference semifinals of the NBA Cup. The excitement has been building to this do-or-die moment.
Yeah, even though this game counts toward their regular season records, they're not thinking about that. Each team just wants to get to the championship and show that they are the best in the West.
And the Spurs start out with the ball. I gotta say, guys, watching MP's success so far in his NBA Cup quest this season has been nothing short of remarkable. He's done exactly what he set out to do. Win the games, lead his team, execute both offensively and defensively. It's been quite impressive.
Yeah, I mean, when you make it this far, it is not by accident. Calculated adjustments both for MP and the team. In general, attacking defenses, strategizing how to mix up their defensive looks and optimize matchups. I love the spectacle around MP. He's good entertainment, and I think great for the NBA as a whole. It's definitely a star-fueled league.
This is the thing about Fox. He has the length to do damage on the inside.
And for an up-and-coming San Antonio Spurs team, Grant, what's the key for them in your mind?
I'd have to say, B.A., that it's patience. You know, young guys need time to develop their game and learn from experience. You can't expect people to become stars overnight.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks. The Spurs are great at drafting and developing, and in selecting Stephon Castle with the 4th overall pick, they've made a play on his upside. He's a versatile wing defender. Shooting and his position were the question marks. Can he be a primary playmaker? Will his three-pointer prove to be reliable? Guys, we'll see, but the Spurs are very excited to bring Stephon Castle into their program.
A star talent. All right, Shams, we appreciate the update. Now here's Wembanyama. And you look at the numbers, currently around 22.5 points a game. Wembanyama screen. Fox. Oh, and Reid with a block. Here's Harper. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota.
And to put things simply, this has not been his forte.
Got it.
Yeah, this is where Castle likes to find his points, closer in to the hoop.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Harper. Fires the three. Knocks it down from distance. Harper's got 5.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Vassell against McDaniels. Let's go with a 3. And that's good. Vassell for 3.
More comfortable in these moments. Vassell wants the ball as much as possible.
The 3 ball. And another 3 from Minnesota.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, prime time and the last time out against the Lakers was outstanding. He dropped 48 points, and his shot was on point, especially from downtown and the charity stripe. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
And dialing into our broadcast remotely, I'm told we have Shams Charania here with a special report. Shams, take it away.
Hey, Brian. The Memphis Grizzlies showing they are eager to make personnel changes early on still in the season. They know future Hall of Famer Chris Paul has bounced around a little bit in his later years, but he has the skill set this team was looking for. His ability to run the offense, elevate a team's basketball IQ is something they desperately wanted. I'm told it might be a short-term rental, but CP3 should provide a big boost.
Always great to hear from you, Shams. Thanks so much.
The defense was so focused on keeping Fox in front of them, and that gave him enough room to sink it in from mid-range.
The shot's good. He's got 14.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Pass to Castle. Wembanyama, high post. It's rebounded by Minnesota, and they've been winning at a high level this season. Most games not even close. Their point differential is sky high.
Yeah, a lot of their games have been essentially over by the third quarter. Blowouts, big margins, really astonishing the dominance they displayed over the course of the season. I'm not sure we've ever seen a team so consistently dominant.
They get it again. 3-pointer, Fox. That won't go. Just 2 for 7 shooting.
Let's just say his subpar shooting is just one reason why they are trailing in this ball game.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. Trailing by 8. Last time they met in San Antonio.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall in that one.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Wembanyama. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Sohan. Fox for 3. Offensive rebound. Wembanyama, screen on Edwards. Castle for 3. The shot misses. And so it's Minnesota up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the 2024 NBA Cup semifinals. Just the second in league history. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Wembanyama out there with Barnes. Then it's Keldon Johnson, and it's Pippen in at the point guard position. Gobert against Wembanyama. And it's Gobert with a rebound. The Timberwolves lead by 8.
Nice finish.
Man, big time right there. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Johnson passes to Pippen. No good with the triple.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Wembanyama, pass to Johnson. Wembanyama screen. Pass to Pippen. Here's Branham. DiVincenzo covering. Branham misses. For Minnesota, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. Spurs trail by 14. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Pippen, pass to Wembanyama. 5 to shoot. Over Gobert. Wembanyama with a bucket. Wembanyama's gotten his first bucket of the night.
The refined jumper of Wembanyama. You just never see that in a man of his height.
Driving to the basket. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. Got a piece of it. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Here's Harper. And the layup is good. Harper's got 24.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. They're coming off a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, they hit the court last game with some serious attitude, especially on offense.
And they backed it up with their play, got production from everyone, and they were able to walk the walk on the offensive end.
Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. Clark comes in for Alexander Walker. A big group substitution here for San Antonio. Sohan's checked in for Barnes. Vassell comes in for Johnson. Castle's checked in for Branham. And De'Aaron Fox is subbed in for Pippen.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And as much as you love the back and forth of a 7-game series, Grant, this single elimination format brings some serious drama.
Yeah, and that's something we've all loved in the college game. The NBA Cup tournament brings some of that energy to the NBA.
Shot clock at 6. Wembanyama, screen on Reed. The shot by Sohan, no good. And the Timberwolves with possession. A big stretch here going, 10-2.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Wembanyama finds Vassell to the right side. Sohan, right side. Here's Fox. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 18. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Harper. Unloads. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Here's Vassell. And Gobert with a block.
Well, Rudy loves erasing shots. Every chance he gets, he'll take a swipe at you.
DiVincenzo, the pass to Harper. Launches it. Knocks down the long J. Harper's got 31.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. McDaniels is checked in for Gobert. And it's Edwards in for DiVincenzo. And San Antonio with a change here too. Johnson's checked in. Pass to Fox. They need this. Oh, and Reed with a block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reed. Four on the clock. Fox Again, the miss by Fox.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
And Harper gets it to go.
And how about Edwards? Keeping his head up and spotting the open man.
And here's Fox. Yep, count it. Fox has got 6 points.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. It's Minnesota opening up a huge gap. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Everyone's jacked up to see Chris Paul join the organization. The leadership and the wisdom he brings to a team is truly invaluable. He's like having a star player and a star coach on the floor at the same time.
Changing focus now to the tough first half for the Spurs.
I'm not going to say this game is monumentous.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over.
And welcome back. We're set for the second half, the 2024 NBA Cup semifinals. Minnesota leading by 21. Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game, RJ.
And they're still so young. They're learning the intricacies of the game and how to play with each other. But you can tell things are coming together and the future looks bright.
Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's Harper in at the point. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. Here's Vassell. Here's Wembanyama. Out to Fox. Fires the 3. Fox can't get that one to fall.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Minnesota is shooting their first free throws here tonight. First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. They host the Hawks after this one. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. Back to Fox. And he makes it on the layup. Give him 8 points now.
And that's got to be a relief. Finally getting something to go here in the second half.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Launches a 3. The shot by Sohan, no good.
And they have started out this quarter shooting just 20%. Let's just say this is not the way they wanted to open the second half.
And another basket for Minnesota.
Fading back. Nobody there to even challenge it.
The Spurs have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. Three-pointer. Fox hits the three-pointer. Fox has got 11 points.
So fast. Fox just pulls up like lightning.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 4 from distance in this game. As quick as anyone in the league, RJ. De'Aaron Fox. How does the speed affect the game?
Well, he's one of those players that normally you have one or the other, but he's quick and fast. Now, that's a mean combination because in the open court, he can break you down. In the half court, he has the quick left-to-right lateral movement that can cause problems in pick and roll.
Castle misses.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's Harper. He's covered by Fox. And Harper gets it to go.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
For San Antonio, they've gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Sohan outside. Fox for 3. He can't hit that time. The Timberwolves have gone an impressive 5 of 5 so far in the third quarter. Here's Harper. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Fox, the pass to Sohan. San Antonio again missing. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on a 15-5 run. Here's Harper. Again! What an avalanche!
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Sohan, the pass to Vassell. Over McDaniels. Kept alive. The shot by Sohan, no good. Minnesota's gone 4 of 5 from outside the arc in this one. He got it again! Sensational!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
The offensive rebound. Wembanyama with a bucket.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Here's Harper. He's covered by Fox. Fader on the way. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. San Antonio's gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling. Castle misses. The Timberwolves have gotten 8 of 9 to fall. Terrific offense so far in this third quarter.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randall with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
The Spurs shooting just 24% on this one. Not great. Pass to Castle. Here's Sohan. No good on the 3.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
Good on the shot.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And so it's Minnesota building an insurmountable lead. Come on, they're up 38 points at the end of the quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
Pushback for a surprising reason. Richard, teams need multiple days off in order to practice.
Yeah, that's right. With only 1 day off between games, teams don't usually practice on those off days. It's not as simple as it looks.
So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. And this secures their spot in the NBA Cup Tournament Finals. What a season they have had so far.
And bravo to both teams for making it this far into the tournament.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink.